tough acts to follow.
Yeah. Well, this is something. From my point of view, this is something. We'd have to talk people into working with us, and when we started, we had all kinds of ruses that we used, and this voluntary surrender, this is great. I have no idea how I feel at this point. This is about the strangest experience I've ever had. And I've had quite a few. But there's like strings going from these eyes out there. I can tell that, coming back to me. And I help going up the line. The music that you were listening to was, of course, one of George's favorite albums. It's from the soundtrack to the animated film called Jonathan Livingston Seagull, which was about a bird. And we loved the idea of flying, and the music has a flying quality to it. I hope we play one more. It'll get into you. George played that music constantly when he was writing the film Night Riders. And I thought he surrendered it to me and never listened to it again, but Suzanne tells me he was hearing it up into his last, even unto his last days. So it's special music. Music and flying are what I kind of remember most about George. We flew a lot of paper airplanes. We didn't have any business. Our business was the art of learning how to make movies. Not the technical side, but how to free the mind to let that art come into us. So we flew balsa wood airplanes. We flew them over the buildings, nights in Pittsburgh, downtown in the summer. We had rocket launcher airplanes, we had wind-ups, and we just watch them. And that movement got into us somehow. And you could hear it in the music. And it was, to me, the way George lived his life in a sweeping, soaring, big manner. And he taught me that. He taught me to live in that, what we would call the Mike Todd way, where you just were never down and you kept going and never saw George back off of anything. I was asked recently what person was the biggest factor contributing to my development, and it was George. It was George. All of us here sort of constitute a monument to George, and it's sort of staggering to get this. And then, of course, behind us is, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of people connected by certainly Night of the Living Dead and the other films that he made. It's not to be taken lightly. I don't know of any other person in a position like George was, I am, and we all are connected that way. It must mean something, because it's going to go on. Those films count. Night of the Living Dead says something. It's very hard to get. There's something about Night of the Living Dead that people want to learn. They learn by seeing it. They feel it. It's a lot like, to me, like Greek theater must have been in that early day, when people came to experience these stories and the music that went with them in ways that they could not articulate either, but the story could. I don't feel much in a hurry here, and I love being in this position. But I'll take those words and think about them myself. What I can do to push this stuff along even more. I know there's some value into it that I can't really pin down, but without it, our lives go down. And with it, our lives are lifted.